Asia Pacific in 1997. We're here at the Expo Filipino inside the Clark Special Economic Zone, and I want to welcome you all to the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific Grand Coronation Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, your hosts for this evening, Mr. Anthony Pangilinan and the 1993 Miss Asia Pacific, Michelle Aldana. Coming up, trophies for our beauties as we present our first set of special awards when the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific returns.
ladies and gentlemen, mayop abenge po ke kongan.
Oh,
Magandang gabi po sa
magagalit
inyo
sa mga
lahat.
kapangpangan yan.
Yes, that was a proper greeting. We are coming to you live from the impressive Expo Filipino at the Clark Special Economic Zone this evening.
Yes, Anthony, you know, it's hard to imagine that several years ago, people have written off this Lahar-ravaged area.
Right.
Now, its sprawling majesty is a testament to the resiliency of the Filipino people. Hindi talaga basta suko-suko ang mga Pinoy.
Well said. Well said. Di basta bibigay ang Pinoy. You know, it's also important to note that their tagline here is, "You've got to see it to believe it."
That's right.
And I agree 100%. We start off with this impressive, this absolutely amazing amphitheater. And it's even made more dazzling by the fact that we have a bevy of beauties with us this evening, all over from the Asia-Pacific region.
Beauties is right. But I'd like to point out, though, as one who've been through the same experience as these girls are going through right now.
She went through the same experience and made it to the top. Please give her a round of applause, please.
Anthony, that was a long time ago, but thank you very much. And what I wanted to say is that beauty is never just skin deep in the Miss Asia Pacific quest.
This pageant is more than just a mere celebration of beauty. It synergizes or brings together the varied cultures found in all corners of the Asia-Pacific region. From Asia to Australasia to the north, Central and South Americas, these ladies bring a promise of fellowship, of exchange, and most importantly, of oneness.
That's right. And from the looks of it, these girls have come to realize in the past few weeks that the Miss Asia Pacific and the Asia Pacific region is a one big happy family.
Well, it's time to get to know our family better. You saw our candidates in their colorful national costumes earlier. Now let's meet them face to face as they introduce themselves to us one by one in their native tongues. Ladies and gentlemen, may we present once again the 25 lovely candidates of the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific pageant.
My country is the world's smallest continent, a land that abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. G'day Philippines, I'm Clara Lissy from Australia.
My country is the second largest in the world. Its name is from the Huron-Iroquois Indian word Kanata, which means village. I'm Gabriela Petavoki from Canada. Mi país fue el hogar de uno de los poetas más románticos del mundo, Pablo Neruda. Hola, mi nombre es Claudia Arnelo y represento a Chile.
Mi país es la única nación americana nombrada después del descubridor del Nuevo Mundo, Cristóbal Colón. Buenas noches, mi nombre es Erika Sierra y vengo de Colombia.
Mi país es el único en el mundo que no posee un ejército. Somos un pueblo pacífico, de una belleza natural excepcional. Hola, yo soy Kisha Alvarado y represento a Costa Rica.
Mi país posee una de las mayores biodiversidades ambientales, que incluye las famosas Islas Galápagos. Buenas noches, mi nombre es Jessica Villegas de Ecuador.
Mi país fue llamado Cuscatlán por los indios pipiles, lo cual significa la tierra de la joya. Hello, my name is Carla Maria Luna from El Salvador.
In my country, drinking of a beverage called kava is a part not only of important ceremonies, but also of everyday life. Hello, I'm Priya Nair from Fiji.
Mi país es conocido por su fascinante ambiente natural, incluyendo el raro quetzal de nuestra ave nacional. Mi nombre es Mili Judith del Valle Alvarado de Guatemala.
Mi país está orgulloso de la maravillosa y ancestral ciudad de Copán, que representa la cúpula de la cultura maya. Hola, mi nombre es Miriam Eloísa Vivas Luna de Honduras.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम है वितिका और मैं भारत देश से आई हूँ। मेरे देश की संस्कृति दुनिया की सबसे पुरानी और महत्वपूर्ण संस्कृतियों में से एक है।
私の国日本はとても歌舞伎やそれに伴った踊り、音楽、演劇が有名です。こんばんは、私は直子下川、日本から来ました。
안녕하세요. 저의 이름은 양소연이고요. 아름다운 강산 속에 백여 민족이 사는 곳 한국에서 왔습니다. 사랑합니다.
بلدي معروف بطبيعته الحلوة، خاصة غابة الأرز اللي بنشوف بفخر صورة الأرزة على العلم اللبناني. مرحبا، اسمي زويا صقر وأنا بمثل لبنان.
Apa kabar? Negara saya terdiri daripada berbagai budaya dan bangsa, termasuk Melayu, Cina dan Hindu. Salam berbahagia. Nama saya Christine Uy dari Malaysia.
Mi país comparte una gran parte de su historia con Filipinas, particularmente por medio del Tratado de Galeón. Hola, mi nombre es Adriana Suárez y soy de México.
नमस्ते, मेरो देशको राजधानी काठमाडौँ हो। यो नाम एउटा रुखको काठले बनाएको हो। मेरो नाम निरु हो र म नेपाली हुनमा घमण्ड गर्दछु।
My country was originally home to the brave, seafaring Polynesian tribes, collectively known as the Maori. Kia ora, my name is Anna Trubovich, and I am from New Zealand.
Mi país conecta el Océano Pacífico con el Atlántico a través del famoso Canal de Panamá. Buenas noches, mi nombre es Lourdes Luis y represento a Panamá.
El nombre de mi país deriva de la palabra quechua de los incas, que significa tierra de la abundancia. Hola, mi nombre es Viviana y vengo de Perú.
Ang aking bansay kailan may di pa huli sa ganda, giting at galing. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Ako po ay si Rochelle Romeroong ng Pilipinas.
Salam sejahtera, saya Yusnima daripada Singapura yang diterokai oleh seorang puteri Srivijayan dan kini negara saya diperkenalkan, Kota Singa.
My country has always been a land of great beauty whose original inhabitants called the island of Tahiti. Bonjour, je m'appelle Mitwa Hemona de Tahiti.
สวัสดีค่ะ แนนสิริดา นิดา ชนชาติ เป็นตัวแทนของประเทศไทยค่ะ ค่ะ และที่แน่นอนแนนมาจากประเทศที่มีแต่รอยยิ้มและน้ำใจ ขอบคุณค่ะ
Benim adım Arzu Albayrak. Türkiye'nin tatlısı ve el işleri çok meşhur. Türkiye, Asya ve Avrupa'nın arasında. Merhaba, benim adım Arzu Albayrak, Türkiye'den.
Another round of applause, please, for 25 candidates. If you want a good definition of beauty, friends, you need not look any further. Now let us hail beauty with our first set of special awards this evening. Before we present our awards, though, I must call in the representative of SGV, our official tabulator tonight, Mr. Lito Montes. May I have the envelopes, please? Mr. Montes, no, this is, okay, yes. Okay, we have our first award with me now. We've done this many years with Mr. Montes. We should get to know each other better. All I've done is ask you questions and envelopes all these years. Voting amongst themselves, friends. Our candidates have come up with our first special award for this evening, Miss Friendship. Our winner is richer in many respects. Why? Because she has more friends and more pocket money. Because the award comes with a $1,000 cash prize. So, who is official emissary of smiles? This year's Miss Friendship is Miss Philippines, Rochelle Ong.
And presenting the award for Miss Friendship is Mr. Say-J Lee of Hanmi Marketing Corporation.
at the Fashion Cafe last December too. During what turned out to be an interesting cultural showcase, our candidates wowed everybody with their performances of traditional songs and dances. The search for Miss Talent yielded this name, and it belongs to Miss Singapore, Yusnima Yusof, for Miss Talent.
Awarding for Mr. William Gatchalian is Miss Irene Garcia.
Now, with their trusty cameras in tow, our photographers voted for Miss Photogenic during the candidates' press presentation at the Sulu Hotel last November 19. Let's focus our attention to this year's Miss Photogenic. Click, it's you on cam, Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado.
Presenting the award is former Mutiarang Pilipinas finalist Carla Cabrera for Banco Filipino.
Three down, one to go for our first set of special awards. Now, for their national costumes, our candidates brought all and sundry, from towering headdresses to rustling grass skirts to menacing shark teeth necklaces. Which of these impressive ensembles best captured their country's spirit? The winner for Best in National Costume is Miss Peru, Viviana Rivas Latas.
Presenting the award for Best National Costume is Miss Edwardine Hartman of Connex.
Congratulations to you, our first set of winners. Michelle, what do you have to say?
Well, Anthony, at least 4 of the girls will already be bringing home a cherished memento from tonight's pageant. Miss Philippines for Miss Friendship, Miss Singapore for Miss Talent, Miss Costa Rica for Miss Photogenic, and Miss Peru for Best in National Costume. But you can bet they all have their eyes set on the prize, the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific crown. Whose pretty head will it finally end up on? At this point, your guess is as good as mine. Next, we'll get a royal treat from the reigning queen herself when the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific returns. Be there. So of you here tonight think that a Miss Asia Pacific candidate has nothing better to do apart from keeping herself looking beautiful, well, I can tell you now you've got another thing coming. From the moment our candidates arrived, they've all been working non-stop, going from one appointment to another. The truth of the matter is, the candidates' work is just never done. But you know what? None of these girls would have it any other day. Watch this, and you'll see.
Welcome to the world of beauties. A world made up of hectic yet fun-filled days that are worth remembering. Here are the highlights of the week that was. The Filipinos once more rolled out the red carpet for the arrival of the reigning Miss Asia Pacific, Emma Suanalat, last November 9. It was a journey that marked the beginning of a new decade for the pageant. Then came the successful launch at Giraffe, where the pageant producers, organizers, and sponsors formalized their agreement to stage the annual tilt. As soon as everything was set, the brightest gems of Asia Pacific made their touchdown in Manila and were all given a warm welcome by the hospitable Filipinos. From the airport, the beauties went straight to the Sulu Hotel, their home away from home for the weeks to come. Not a day was wasted as the ladies brought smiles to the less fortunate children of Nayon ng Kabataan, the pageant's beneficiary. The day was capped with gift-giving courtesy of Unilever Philippines and Nestle Philippines. Then it was time to pay a courtesy call to the pageant presenter, Unilever Philippines, no less. Heading the welcoming committee were Unilever's marketing director, Alec Lever, media member of Unilever London, Alan Rutherford, together with brand managers Tina Lacson for Lux, John Evangelista for Pond's, Tonton Mapa and Ronnie Beltran for Close-Up, and Noni Busuego for Cream Silk. The ladies also toured the Unilever plant that afternoon. Next up was the sponsors' night at Watering Hole Brewery, where the candidates met and mingled with the pageant's valuable supporters. The press photographers had a field day one afternoon as the ladies were presented to the members of the media for the very first time at the posh Sulu Hotel ballroom, followed by more photo opportunities at the hotel's poolside. That evening, the hotel threw a welcome party to the candidates to make them really feel at home. Then it was off to Subic for the annual long gown competition and auction night. Subic Legend Resorts and Casinos Chief Operating Officer Walter Power, as well as Senior Vice President Kelvin Tan, Vice President for Hotel Promotions Douglas Tan, and Resident Manager June Bondok were personally on hand to give a warm welcome to the candidates. Poise and elegance abound during the long gown competition held at the luxuriant Legenda Suites Conference Hall. It was followed by the auction night, where valuable gifts fetched considerable amounts for the benefit of Nayon ng Kabataan. As hectic as the schedule was, the ladies still managed to find time to visit the Avon showroom at Taft Avenue, where they were welcomed by branch manager Tente Alday. It was an afternoon of fun and games, and of course, shopping for Avon products. Then came the turn of Carnation Calcium Plus brand manager Jason Avancenia and Nestle Philippines sales executives to play host as the ladies visited the Nestle sales office in Makati. Games were once more lined up to make the visit a more memorable one. A festive lunch awaited the ladies courtesy of the Rotary Club of Grace Park, Caloocan. They were joined by special guests Brigadier General Edgardo V. Espinosa and Mrs. Mirna Espinosa. The verdant and sprawling Fontana Leisure Parks at the Clark Special Economic Zone was the venue for this year's swimsuit competition. Everyone was welcomed by no less than its general manager, Yannick Pupon. As night set in, Fontana's ballroom was abuzz with delight as the candidates showed off their best form and figure, donned in eye-catching swimwear by Avon Fashions. Then it was time to make that first yet lasting impression to the Board of Judges as pre-judging day was slated at the opulent Sulu Hotel ballroom. Everyone gave their very best shot to make that first step towards the coveted Miss Asia Pacific crown. December 1 was World AIDS Day, and the ladies became celebrity waitresses for a night at Giraffe to raise funds for this charitable cause. There's more to beauty in Asia-Pacific women, and the ladies proved just that during the talent night held at the trendy Fashion Cafe. The candidates also treated the children of Nayon ng Kabataan for an afternoon of fun at Synergy, a further proof of their commitment for the less fortunate. And in preparation for the big night, the candidates spent hours and hours of rehearsals at the Clark Hatch Fitness Center, perfecting every move and every step. Finally, it was time to head for Pampanga for the much-awaited coronation night. Each and every lady hoping to bring home the Miss Asia Pacific title and, more importantly, win more friends and bring back fond memories that they will cherish for the rest of their lives.
That's how to have fun even when you are busy. You know, it's very hard to smile when you're so much in pressure. We professionals have a lot to learn from these candidates. Oh, I would like at this point to greet the throng of gracious Kapampangans in the audience. Can you give yourself a round of applause, please? Thank you very much. I know your hospitality. I come from this place as well. Dakhala salamat po. Now I'd like to introduce to you the members of the board of Miss Asia Pacific Quest Incorporated. We have three with us this evening. Roberto de Venecia, Director. Alfonso Lim, our Chairman. And Mr. Leandro Enriquez, our President. This next set of people, they are responsible for putting up tonight's presentation. Thanks to their irreproachable professionalism, this, the 7th Miss Asia Pacific pageant altogether, promises to be as triumphant as all the others in the past. Friends, the executives of Carousel Productions Incorporated. Our project director, Pichi Veneracion. Our marketing group, Susan Di Mora, Arturo Montes, and Georgie Natividad. Vice President Lorraine Shook, and our President Ramon S. Monson. Mabuhay po kayong lahat, and congratulations for a job well done. Now, let me introduce to you true royalty. She is more than just plain pretty. She's more than just smart. In fact, she's more than a woman. Our reigning Miss Asia Pacific, Emma Suwanalat, takes over center stage together with Ralion Alonzo, the Adrenaline, and our 25 candidates in their gowns created by Pampanga's best designers. Special awards to the most deserving candidates. But first, let's call back on stage our 25 hopefuls in their swimsuits by Avon Fashions. A round of applause, please, once again. You know, I only get to see these many curves when I'm on my way up to Baguio. But speaking of curves, you've got to have them in all the right places to garner this next award, the Best in Swimsuit. Our winner was chosen during the swimsuit competition held here at the Fontana Leisure Parks at Clark last November 27. And our winner for Best in Swimsuit is Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado.
Presenting the award for Best in Swimsuit is the Senior Vice President of Nestle Philippines, Mr. Levi Pangilinan Castillo, together with the 1997 Mutyanang Pilipinas, Cheryl Moraga.
Now, dressing to the nines and scoring perfect tens. That was the order of the day last November 21 at the Subic Legend Resorts and Casino when our delegates had their prejudging session for Best in Long Gown. And who, you may ask, turned out to be the belle of the ball, who also happens to be the recipient of $1,000 cash prize. Well, it's none other than Best in Long Gown, stay where you are, Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado.
Presenting the award for Best in Long Gown is the Corporate Finance Director of Avon Philippines, Mr. Angel Bernaldo.
Miss Close-Up Smile is the lady whose smile counts the most up close. This year's Miss Close-Up Smile, keep on smiling and keep on staying there, Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado.
Presenting the award is the brand manager of Close-Up, Mr. Antonio Mapa.
Can we get somebody to assist her with all the flowers? He will fall down soon. Can you imagine that? $1,000 plus $1,000 plus another $1,000. Miss Pond's beautiful skin has noticeably rosy white skin. Not to leave you in the dark for long, this year's Miss Pond's beautiful skin is Miss Panama Lourdes Lewis. Another Latina.
And presenting the award is the brand manager for Pond's, Mr. Jan Evangelista.
Our Miss Cream Silk, super beautiful hair, has to her credit her crowning glory. Super beautiful hair. This year's Miss Cream Silk, super beautiful hair is, she is, Miss Philippines, Rochelle Ong.
Presenting the award is the brand manager of Cream Silk, Mr. Fernando El Busuego.
And that does it for our special awards. What's up with you, Michelle?
What's up? Well, I'm sure it's our candidates' resolve as the second set of special awardees hopefully inch their way towards the crown. It's a triple victory for Miss Costa Rica, who garnered the best in swimsuit, best in long gown, and Miss Close-Up. For Miss Pond's, it's Miss Panama, and it's Miss Cream Silk for Miss Philippines. A while back, the evening suddenly became electric in that number by our queen, Miss Emma Swanalat, and our candidates in their romantic gowns by Pampanga's best designers. Thanks to Ding Baluyot, Noel Calma, Cholo Garlan, Arthur Hipolito, Jojo Makapinlak, Marco Madlangbayan, Manny Ocampo, Mancio Suarez, Philip Torres, and Marlon Tuason. From our 25 candidates, we shall be choosing our 10 semi-finalists. Don't miss out on the thrill when the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific Beauty Pageant returns.
Words and promises, a kiss for luck, and we're on our way. We've only begun before the rising sun. We've plotted so many roads to choose. To start out walking in love to run. And yes, we've just begun.
Welcome back. This envelope in my hand contains the names of the 10 semi-finalists who will continue in tonight's exciting competition. To the rest of our ladies, our sincerest thanks for being the true pros that you have been. To the audience, let's give everyone your warmest round of applause, please. I will be reading them in no particular order. Our first semi-finalist is Miss Lebanon, Zoya Sakar. Our second semi-finalist, Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado. Our third semi-finalist and another possible winner tonight, please welcome Miss Fiji, Priya Nair. Our fourth semi-finalist, Miss Colombia, Erica Sierra.
Promises, a kiss for luck, and we're on our way. We've only begun before the rising sun. We fly so many roads to choose. To start out walking in love to run. And yes, we've just begun.
Welcome back. This envelope in my hand contains the names of the 10 semi-finalists who will continue in tonight's exciting competition. To the rest of our ladies, our sincerest thanks for being the true pros that you have been. To the audience, let's give everyone your warmest round of applause, please. I will be reading them in no particular order. Our first semi-finalist is Miss Lebanon, Zoya Sakar. Our second semi-finalist, Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado. Our third semi-finalist and another possible winner tonight, please welcome Miss Fiji, Priya Nair. Our fourth semi-finalist, Miss Colombia, Erica Sierra. Completing our first five, please join the Miss Tahiti, Netua Heimwana. Our sixth semi-finalist is Miss Peru, Viviana Rivas Platas. Six down, four to go. Our seventh semi-finalist is Miss Australia, Clara Lissi. And our eighth semi-finalist, please join the rest on stage, Miss Panama, Lourdes Lewis. Our second to the last semi-finalist is Miss New Zealand, Anna Trubovic. And our 10th semi-finalist, another possible queen tonight. Please join them upstage, Miss Turkey, Arzu Olbayrak. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the 10 semi-finalists vying for the title of 1998 Miss Asia Pacific. Michelle, you've been here before. What do you think?
Well, the Kapampangan seems to bestow their seal, or should I say, peel of approval for the judges and their choices for the top 10. Did you enjoy those beaming faces on our 10 semi-finalists? Well, we'll have more of those as the pageant progresses, thanks to our presenters. Lux Super Rich for gloriously shiny hair, Cream Silk Conditioner for super beautiful hair, and new Close-Up Crystal with soft blue granules for a deeper clean you can see and feel. And of course, Pond's Skin Whitening Vitamin Cream for noticeably rosy white skin. The excitement doesn't let up till we get to the top. Be here when we return to the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific pageant. Be there.
.9 FM, home radio, home of the greatest hits of a generation. The original New City studio is now located at Park Avenue, Robinson's Galleria, with telephone number 636-4891. New City Studio, service excellence at its best.
105.1 Crossover, where the music matters.
New Laurenti, a real treasure find for the woman who deserves only the finest. Only from your Perfect Choice personal collection. Fit for the queens of the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific.
The home of New Rock, NU 107.
Corona Extra Beer, Mexico's #1 beer.
89.9 Magic, all hits, always.
Air Philippines, the country's fastest growing airline, salutes the winners and participants of the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific Beauty Pageant. LA 105.9, the beat of the city. The original New City studio is now located at Park Avenue, Robinson's Galleria, with telephone number 636-4891. New City Studio, service excellence at its best. Smooth Jazz, City Light 88.3.
Of judges. I'd like to introduce them to you now one by one. The Vice President of Hotel Development, Asia Pacific Marriott International, Attorney James A. Kaplan. Formerly resident of Hong Kong, now an independent investor from Monte Carlo, Peter Edwards. Director, Unilever Philippines, Gregory Worthington Eyre. 1989 Miss Asia Pacific, now a successful dentist, Dr. Lorna Legaspi Lopez. Presidential Advisor to His Excellency President Joseph Estrada, Robert Aventajado. The Chairman of the Board of Media Art Systems and Services Company Incorporated, Norberto Timbol. The Country Manager of MSAS Global Logistics, Ole Ringheim. A former Miss Denmark and 1981's Miss Europe. She is now the owner and head of a top European agency called Models 4, Anna Meta Larsen. Special Counsel for Dunhill, Madden, Butler, Solicitors and Attorneys, and Chairman of Columbia Pacific Technologies Limited, John Darling. A former beauty queen and director of Living Nature, an international cosmetic company, Trish Burney. And tonight's chairman of the Board of Judges, the Secretary of the Department of Transportation and Communication, the Honorable Secretary Vicente Rivera Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a round of applause for our judges for tonight's pageant. Now I bring you back to Emma.
The always insightful and crucial interview portion is up next, and you wouldn't want to miss a single word of it, so stay right where you are. This is the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific Beauty Pageant.
Well, we're ready to start the casual interview with Anthony and the 10 semi-finalists. But what's this I heard about a bunch of kids wanting to get into the act? I know that Anthony makes the interview portion seem like child's play, but I wonder.
You know, Michelle, this is my favorite part of the pageant because we all get to know our candidates a little more intimately, so to speak. This time, though, as Michelle said, we're doing it a little differently. While I may have a question or two for the ladies, we likewise have a gang of inquisitive kids who will ask each of our semi-finalists one question. And they say kids ask the simplest but the best questions. Who knows what they will ask? I'm sure, however, it's going to be fun. So, Why don't we begin with our first semi-finalist? Please welcome Ms. Lebanon Zoya Sakar. Zoya, you may join me here. Miss Lebanon Zoya speaks Arabic, Russian, French, and English, and is much taller than I am, as you can see. Political science student and would like to become part of the Lebanese parliament. That's interesting. My question for you is this, very simple. If you were to be part of the Lebanese parliament someday, what would be the first law that you are going to implement?
In Lebanon, in the education, we have many problems. I think I have to concentrate on the children, give a new law to the new government school, because the children are our future. And if I will give him more education, like changing the time, changing on, it's not a law, it will be like a new schedule. That's why I think for giving law, I have to study law. I'm not a lawyer to give a new law. So, and I'm in my first year of political science.
Thank you very much. So it's a new schedule for the students in their country. You should join us here in Parliament in the Philippines. We need more people like you. Now we have a question. Stay here, Zoya. We now have a question from a young kid, and I'd like you to listen.
Christmas is my favorite day of the year. Back in your country, what is your favorite holiday? And tell me about it.
Okay, Christmas is our favorite time of the year here in the Philippines. In your country, what is your favorite time of the year and why?
I'll be back at Christmas, I think, because I'm staying here more 2 weeks. So I think it's Christmas also because for the Catholic, you know, all the family come from all around the world to join my family, my dad and my mom, she's here. And my brother will come from Russia with his wife. So it will be like a unique dinner the 24th of December. And we'll meet each other after 1 year not seeing each other.
So it's Christmas as well for Miss Lebanon. People are the same all over the world. Thank you very much, Zoya. Next we have Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado. If you need interpreters, we have interpreters with us this evening. Okay? Do you need an interpreter, Miss Costa Rica?
No, I'll try to do it.
Okay, we'll try it first, and if necessary, we'll call them in. She's a third-year architecture student at the University of Costa Rica. She has helped organize fashion shows to build a school. Question for you is this. We heard that you wore something very unusual for a national TV event in your country called Teleton. Please tell us more about this.
Well, Teleton is like an organization that every December organizes like this big show for 24 hours to raise money to build a hospital for children. So as Miss Costa Rica, I was asked to sing in the segment of pajamas at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Pajamas? Why pajamas?
Because everybody was in pajamas at that point in front of an audience like this. It was kind of embarrassing, but it was fun, and it was for a good cause. So.
Thank you very much. Maybe you can do that too. Here in the Philippines, raise funds for us. We need that too. And your support, I know, will help us. Thank you very much. Now we have a question from a young kid for you, Miss Costa Rica.
I want to become a beauty queen someday, just like you. What advice could you give me?
Well, like everything in life, it takes a lot of hard work, discipline, responsibilities, and sacrifice. But if you want to follow your dreams, it's worth it. And above everything, you have to keep being yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Costa Rica, for being yourself. And to that kid out there, follow your dreams. Next we have Miss Fiji, Priya Nair. Born to a Fijian mother and an Indian father. Student of criminal law at the University of Auckland in New Zealand. What are your plans after you get your degree in law? as a future criminal lawyer, how do you think can we lessen the alarming increase in crime rates all over the world?
When I finish my degree, I'd like to travel to Canada to pursue a career. And I think it would help a lot of people who are victims of situations that have happened to them, as I am a victim of a few. That is the reason why I chose criminal law, to help those people. I'm giving them a bit of what I have.
What do you think can we do for them? What do you think will you do as a criminal lawyer for the crime rate to go down?
I will bring them, the victims, confidence, give them self-confidence in themselves, and teach them what I know from my experience.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Fiji. Now we have a question from a young kid for you, Ms. Fiji.
If I can go with you back to your country, what is the very first thing you'll show me? That will be truly amazing.
She can join her. If she can join you, okay, the camera's here. They'd like to see you too on TV. If she can join you in your country, what will you show her when you get there?
Well, firstly, I would take Samantha. She's a cute little girl. I would take her to the Astrolabe, which is an island in Fiji. It used to be called the Cannibal Isles, and when the mariners used to sail by, they used to get scared by the fierce warriors that were there. But now it's become a tourist attraction, and it's got a lot of lovely beaches, so I'd love to take her there.
Samantha, it's island hopping for you. With Miss Fiji, thank you very much. Next we have Miss Colombia, Erica Sierra, born in New York. And she owns 2 pizzerias in her hometown. How can you own 2 pizzerias and still maintain your weight? Don't you taste your own merchandise?
I have a very difficult time with that. I have to start trying my pizzas all the time, but I try to use a lot of vegetables in my pizzas, so that way I won't gain so much weight.
And you've done pretty well. Thank you very much. Congratulations so far. And now we have a question for you from a young boy.
What do you do to make a special wish come true?
What do you do to make a special wish come true?
When I want a special wish to come true, I always ask God for the courage and wisdom to do things as best I can. And that's what I'm doing now. Thank you.
And that's what we can see. Thank you very much. She has a special dream tonight, and God is giving her wisdom and courage, as we can see. Next we have Miss Tahiti, Heimona Metua. Okay, she will need an interpreter, Miss Chiki Veneracion. Thank you very much. Heimona Metua, she models, she loves dancing, okay? She has been joining, listen to this, beauty contests since she was 12 years old. And she always wins. Either she wins or she places first runner-up. So, the question is, what is your secret in winning these contests?
Depuis l'âge de 12 ans, tu t'es toujours fait partie des concours de beauté et tu as toujours gagné. Quel est ton secret?
Au fait, bonsoir tout le monde, d'abord. Mon secret, c'est de toujours garder le sourire, de toujours être belle et aussi de toujours garder une certaine élégance et une certaine intelligence.
My secret is to always say... Tu peux répéter un petit peu?
De toujours garder le sourire.
It's to always have my smile.
De garder un certain charme.
To always have my charm with me.
Et surtout, de garder le plus beau charme de la femme, l'intelligence.
And always to have the stature of a woman who is intelligent.
Thank you very much. It sounded good in French to me, whatever it was. No? It's no longer a secret, but it's very good advice. Okay, we have this now for you, Miss Tahiti. A question from a young girl.
I hope you're enjoying your stay here in the Philippines. When you go back home, what will you tell your friends and your family about my country?
J'espère que tu passes de très bons temps aux Philippines et quand tu rentres chez toi, qu'est-ce que tu diras à tes amis, à ta famille à propos des Philippines?
Ce que je dirais à mes parents et surtout à tous mes amis, c'est que la population de la Philippine a le meilleur accueil, au fait, le même accueil que ceux de Tahiti.
What I will tell my friends and my family is that the Philippines really has the best welcome that I have had, like that of Tahiti.
Et aussi que la gentillesse que j'ai rencontrée ici à Tahiti, aux Philippines, excusez-moi, est aussi importante que la gentillesse que j'ai rencontrée aussi à Tahiti. Et je trouve que la Philippine a une mentalité de personne pareille à celle de la mentalité de Tahiti.
And the amiability of the Filipino people is just the same is as important as the amiability of the people of Tahiti.
So it's like she never left home. People of Tahiti, people of the Philippines, one and the same. Thank you very much, Miss Tahiti. And thank you very much to our first batch of semi-finalists. A round of applause, please. I think they had great responses. The rest of our semi-finalists and tights, or little kids, with a third degree, when the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific returns. Continuing with our interviews with the next 5 semi-finalists. By the way, our semi-finalists are looking good, cool, collected, and casually chic in their cocktail dresses courtesy of Mimi and Juliet of Dax. I would like to call on now Miss Peru, Vivian Plata. Vivian is an architecture student at the University of Toulouse. Stay here, Vivian, please. She also models and acts at the Theater for Children in her hometown. How does it feel to have children for your audience?
¿Entiendes la pregunta, Viviana? ¿Cómo es actuar en frente de chiquillos?
Bueno, es una experiencia muy linda, porque los niños son unas personas que te brindan todo ese amor, todo ese cariño, se divierten mucho contigo. Yo creo que es una experiencia inolvidable. El trabajar con niños es algo maravilloso. El poder compartir con ellos y ser lo graciosos que son, muy sinceros.
She says that it's the most beautiful experience performing in front of children because they come so naturally appreciating whatever she does. And she says it's something that she will never forget every time she performs in front of children.
Well, here's another chance for you to be with a child. Miss Peru, she has a question for you.
I love my best friend. We always have great fun together. Who is your best friend and what makes her so special?
Bueno, definitivamente, mi mejor amiga es mi madre.
Her best friend is her mother.
Because ella es quien me enseña todo, es la persona más sincera.
She teaches me everything, and everything that I know comes from her.
Y quien te da los mejores consejos.
And she gives a good advice.
En esta oportunidad yo quiero compartir con ustedes uno de ellos.
And she says she's happy to say that to everybody about her feelings about her mother.
Que es que los valores y la dignidad es lo más valioso que uno tiene y que nunca se debe olvidar ni se debe perder.
She says everything that comes between her mother and her, like even the pains and all that, it's shared between the two of them. And that's the greatest thing for her.
I think that is a desire of every mother and daughter. Thank you very much, Miss Peru. Next we have Miss Australia, Carol Lissy. Miss Australia was born in Prague. She loves animals and supports animal rights movements. She's gone scuba diving in shark breeding grounds. Aren't you scared of sharks?
Terrified.
And you do it.
It was for a TV show that I'm doing, and I had to jump in very quickly. It was a bronze whaler breeding ground, and they said, oh, it's going to be in and out very quickly. So I jumped in, I looked around, and I jumped in.
It's got to be done. It's got to be done. And this is for you, from another child, for Miss Australia.
In my favorite dream, everything I touch turns to chocolate. What's your favorite dream?
Favorite dream?
My favorite dream would have to be my flying. I'm not quite sure why. I just love the sensation of flying, and I always have dreams where I'm somehow walking to the edge of the stage or a cliff, and I just look after myself and send myself to some amazing feeling.
If you win tonight, you're going to be flying, right? Thank you very much, Miss Australia. Next we have Miss Panama Lourdes Lewis, who has a great love also for animals and loves to read science fiction books. Why science fiction books?
I can speak in Spanish, please.
No, te preguntan que te gusta leer libros y por qué es de la ciencia. ¿Qué te gusta la ciencia?
Sí, sí me gusta leer muchos libros en tiempos libres. No solo de ciencia ficción, también me gustan los libros de los hechos históricos, como de Lolo
Actually, she says, yes, she does enjoy reading science fiction, especially, ¿cómo se llama el señor el libro que te gusta?
The Holocaust of the Jews. I like very much books of facts of life.
Okay, now we want to know what this kid has to ask Miss Panama. She's waiting.
Whenever I leave home, I miss playing with my dolls. What do you miss most about your country right now?
Well, I miss my family because more the weekends we go all to the beach, a little house we have in the beach. They're so love and many hugs and kisses, and you feel so well. But here in Manila, I see a lot of family who have lots, and
cannot complain of that because I receive a lot of love for the people here in Manila.
Oh, that's nice to hear. So she misses home, but she's found home here too. Thank you very much, Miss Panama. I wonder who gave her lots of hugs and kisses. Now we have Miss New Zealand, Anna Trubohovic, who's a university student, has represented her country in various athletic competitions, and once went bungee jumping and skydiving. Isn't that a bit too rough for a fine lady like you?
Well, I also play rugby, so I'm into all that contact sport and adrenaline rush, and this is also an adrenaline rush, but a different sort.
Just let me keep my distance here. Now you have a question from a young boy, or girl, sorry.
My mom always tells me to study real hard. What's the best advice your mother ever gave you?
Best advice your mom ever gave you?
Well, my mother's here today, and I'd just like to say hello.
Say hello to your mom now.
And the best advice that she's ever given me is that just to keep a smile on your face, because that'll just light up your face and everyone around you will be happy, and making other people happy is very important to me. So thank you.
And thank you for your smile, Miss Australia. And finally we have Miss Turkey, Arzu Albayrak. Oh, you have Miss New Zealand. I'm sorry. Okay, that was Miss New Zealand. Miss Turkey, Arzu Albayrak. Born in Istanbul but was raised in Holland. Dutch girl. Speaks fluent Turkish, French, Dutch, and German. How does it feel like growing up in another country?
Very good, because you see different culture. Turkish culture is, I'm Muslim, so in Holland everybody different, but I like very the people in Holland.
And it isn't new for you being in a new culture here in the Philippines. But we have a question for you from this young girl. What does she have to say to Miss Turkey?
I've always been afraid of the dark. What advice can you give me so that I would no longer be afraid?
No longer be afraid of the dark.
Put the light on.
Put the light on. Anything else? I think that's more than enough. Thank you very much, Miss Turkey. That is a very quick, witty answer. Maraming salamat. That does it for casual interviews. While our semi-finalists take a breather, let's see what Michelle has on her mind as of the moment.
Well, Anthony, it's a walk down memory lane. I could only wish that I was as witty as these girls. I remember feeling very nervous when I was the one being interviewed, and I remember how I thanked my lucky stars when it was all over. Well, all's well that ends well. Meanwhile, I need to thank a few special friends who have kept us company throughout the pageant. The Sulu Hotel, your business hotel in Quezon City, the official residence of the candidates in Manila. Avon Fashions, gentle fashion, that's Avon Fashions. Carnation Calcium Plus, for stronger bones for the rest of your lives. And we've got the rest of the evening still to look forward to, so stay with us as we unravel more surprises to the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific Beauty Pageant.
Mahangin ba sa labas?
Hindi. Bumuwagag na naman. Baka akala niyo hindi ako nagsusuklay.
Di sapat ang shampoo lang. After every shampoo, use Cream Silk para ang buhaghag kontrolado. Its rich protein balanced formula conditions your hair right where you need it. Buhok ay mas madulas. Maayos tignan. Kaya ba yan ng shampoo lang? Cream Silk for super beautiful hair.
Ako, siguristang tao. Kahit sa baretang subok ko na, umuulit ako ng laba.
Teka, may mantya pa, misis?
Naniguro ako.
Sa siguristang tulad niyo, dapat bare ang sigurado rin sa tanggalan ng mantya. New Breeze Power Bar. My new generation anti-stain system. Bigay sa kuskus mo, dagdag power. Kaya sigurado, tanggal ang mantya sa unang laba.
Sa power kuskus nito, walang siguro. Dapat sigurado.
Of heritage and excellence you will never forget.
Expo Filipino, smile and see our country shine. Spend a wonderful day, get thrilled and be happy. Expo Filipino, you gotta see it to believe it.
Celebrate Pistang Centenario at Expo Filipino. Open daily except Mondays.
Starting off with Miss Lebanon, Zoya Saka. This multilingual lady from Beirut is into playing tennis, skiing, and kickboxing. She also likes to read and travel. A towering 6-footer, Zoya weighs 170 pounds and measures 38, 27, 38. Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado. Like the rest of her family, 22-year-old Kisha loves to play tennis. Her hobbies include singing and writing poems. This lovely Latina stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighs 128 pounds, and has a whistle-baked figure of 34, 24, 34. Gracias, señorita. Miss Fiji, Priya Nair. A sports-minded young lady, Priya is into ninjutsu, kayaking, running, and kickboxing. She also likes to read and play the drums. Priya is 20 years old, stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighs 118 pounds, and measures 34, 24, 34. Miss Colombia, Erica Sierra. A gym enthusiast, Erica is into various water sports as well as tennis, reading, and collecting articles that have suns on them. She's 22 years old, stands 5 feet 7 inches, weighs 125 pounds, and is a trim 34, 24, 34 body measurement. Miss Tahiti, Hemoana Metua. 20-year-old Moana works as a model back in her hometown. Reading and dancing are on top of the list of her hobbies. This exotic stunner stands 5 feet 8 inches, weighs 135 pounds, and measures 34, 24, 34. Merci beaucoup, Miss Tahiti. Miss Peru, Viviana Rivas Plata. At 21, Viviana is into athletics and gymnastics and has also represented her country in various sports activities. Standing at 5 feet 6 inches, Viviana weighs in at 126 pounds and has a 36, 24, 35 figure. That's Viviana Rivas Plata, Miss Peru. Miss Australia, Clara Lizzie. This 19-year-old looker from the land down under is into traveling and dancing and horseback riding. Clara stands at 5 feet 11 inches, tips the scale at 134 pounds, and has an eye-catching 35, 24, 35 measurement. That's Clara Lizzie, Miss Australia. Miss Panama, Lourdes Lewis. From the bridge of the world, 21-year-old Lourdes is into modeling and reading science fiction books. The youngest child in a brood of 4, Lourdes loves to dance and does a little aerobics. We could see that. She stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighs 130 pounds, and measures 36, 25, 36. Muchas gracias, Señorita Panama. Miss New Zealand, Anna Trubovich. 19-year-old Anna hails from Auckland. She's into skiing and dancing and actively participates in aerobics, netball, and touch rugby. This blonde beauty stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighs 120 pounds, and has a body measurement of 35, 24, 35. To complete the 10, Miss Turkey, Arzu Olbayrak. A 19-year-old student and model, Arzu is into swimming, reading books, and dancing. A well-traveled young lady, Arzu speaks 4 different languages fluently. She stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighs 126 pounds, and has a perfect 36, 25, 36 figure.
One body of work you should all be proud of. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, the evening gown competition. This is the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific Beauty Pageant. wedding gown competition is always a showstopper, and for good reason. There's nothing like an elegant gown to perfectly frame a beautiful lady such as each of our 10 semi-finalists. Prepare to be dazzled as we welcome back our semi-finalists, starting with Miss Lebanon. Presenting Miss Fiji, Priya Baer. Joining us now is Miss Tahiti, Natua E Moana. welcome Miss Australia, Clara Lizzie. Ladies and gentlemen, acknowledge with me our 10 semi-finalists in the evening gown competition. Thank you very much. That concludes our semi-finals portion. The crown summons forth one of these lovely ladies as we move on into the final round and the announcement of our 5 finalists next.
time last year, our next guest performer almost turned his back on the showbiz industry. But a step, make that an easy dance step, into the right direction happily changed his mind. And now, his star is considered one of the fastest rising and brightest. Step on it and join the legions that rally for Ralion Alonzo.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Go, go, go! Go, go, go! Ale, ale, ale! Ale, ale, ale! Go! 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 Here we go! The cup of life, this is the one. Now is the time, don't ever stop. Push it along, gotta be strong. Push it along, right to the top. Como caída, es un bandido cruel. Tienes que bailar por una estrella. Consigue con amor la copa del amor. Para sobrevivir, luchar por ella. Luchar por ella. You really want it. Here we go. Ale, ale, ale. Go, go, go. Ale, ale, ale. Arriba va. El mundo está de pie. Go, go, go. Ale, ale, ale. La vida es competición, no hay que soñar ser campeón. La copa es la bendición, la ganarás. Go, go, go. And when you feel the heat, the world is at your feet. No one can hold you down if you really want it. Just in your destiny, right from the hands of fate. Reach for the cup of life 'cause you nearly got it. Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Tú y yo, ale, ale, ale. Go, go, go. Ale, ale, ale. Tonight, tonight, we're gonna celebrate the cup of life. Ale, ale, ale. You're gonna get it. Do you really want it? Better come and get it. Do you really want it? The cup of life, this is the one. Now is the time, don't ever stop. Push it along, gotta be strong. Push it along, right to the top. Como caída, ver, es un partido cruel. Tienes que bailar por una estrella. Consigue con amor la copa del amor. Para sobrevivir, luchar por ella. Luchar por ella. Luchar por ella. You really want it. Here we go. Ale, ale, ale. Go, go, go. Ale, ale, ale. Tonight, tonight, we're gonna celebrate the cup of life. Ale, ale, ale. Uno, dos, tres. Ale, ale, ale. Un, dos, trois. Ale, ale, ale. Arriba va. El mundo está de pie. Go, go, go. Ale, ale, ale.
Thank you very much, SGV, our official tabulator this evening. Ladies, congratulations once again to each one of you. Are you ready? I want to hear you. Our first finalist is Miss Panama, Lourdes Lewis. Our second finalist who could be queen tonight, please join her on stage, Miss Tahiti, Metua Hemoana. Two down, three to go. Joining Miss Panama and Miss Tahiti is Miss, yes, can I hear? Australia, Clara Lissy. Three finalists, two more to go to complete our 5 finalists for this pageant. Our 4th finalist, can I hear who your next bet is? Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado. And our 5th and final finalist who could be crowned Queen of Asia Pacific tonight. Please welcome Miss Fiji Bria Nair. Once again, friends, a round of applause. I present to you our 5 finalists, out of which shall emerge our next Miss Asia Pacific. Michelle, once again, you've been here before. How are you?
Great, Anthony. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 5 equally beautiful, equally blessed, and equally deserving women. But let's see who finally edges out everyone else. That will certainly be a fitting climax to the celebration of beauty, a commitment shared by our presenters, Lux Super Rich for gloriously shiny hair, Pond Skin Whitening Vitamin Cream for noticeably rosy white skin, Cream Silk Conditioner for super beautiful hair, and of course, new Close-Up Crystal with soft blue granules for a deeper clean you can see and feel. But before I turn you over to our sponsor, to more sponsors, I would like to just say something. You know, ladies and gentlemen, our host for this evening has been keeping something from us. Anthony, may we call you on center stage because I would like to try to roast you for a little bit. Anthony, it's a special night tonight for Anthony as well because Anthony is celebrating his birthday. So please join me. Well, in saying happy birthday, Anthony, and you're doing a great job up there.
Thank you, Michelle. It is a happy birthday for me tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go on.
Next, wait with bated breath for the final question and answer that will decide who among our finalists will be the next Miss Asia Pacific. Come back, mes amis.
Try it on, baby. Well, I don't look good and now I'm mighty soon.
and gentlemen, here on the live audience and at your own homes, our candidates will now start again on equal footing. Okay, as each of them answers to the best of their intellectual ability, or in the most sincere way that their hearts know how, questions from our judges. Okay? We begin with our first finalist, Miss Panama, Lourdes Lewis. Good evening. You may take your question or your judge. Any name? Robert Aventajado.
Miss Panama, if you were asked not to birth children as a way of easing the problem of overpopulation, how would you feel?
Okay. If she will stop bearing children.
Okay. Si te van a parar de tener hijos para parar la población en el mundo, ¿cómo vas a sentir?
For me, I'm a Catholic, and that's a really hard question. But we have to be, see the real life. We have to teach the people that have to use protection, not only for disease, pardon, not only for control, because there are many force plays and too for disease. But I'm feeling very bad because it's life, and life is very special to people.
I would also feel very bad if we asked people like Miss Panama to stop bearing children. We should have more like her not only in the Philippines, but all over the world. We'd like to acknowledge the Presidential Economic Advisor for the Committee on Flagship Programs and Projects. Our next candidate, please. Miss Tahiti Metua Heimoana. You may choose your judge. Dr. Lorna Legaspi Lopez.
Okay, if they were looking for a beautiful woman to be sent to planet Mars, would you volunteer? And why?
Si on demandait des belles femmes d'aller dans la planète Mars, est-ce que tu iras volontairement et pourquoi?
Oui, j'irai volontairement.
Yes, I will go.
Parce que je voudrais représenter la belle femme. Représenter la belle femme.
Yes, because I would like to represent the beautiful woman.
Et surtout, la grande intelligence de la femme.
And more especially the intelligence that a woman has.
Thank you very much, Miss Tahiti. Beauty and intelligence from the world of Earth to Mars. Would you like to go with her? I'm sure all of you would want to. Miss Australia, Clara Lissy. You may choose your judge. They're all very friendly, don't worry. Trish Burney.
Miss Australia, assuming that you will become a mother one day, what do you think is the most important lesson that you could teach your children?
I think that the most important lesson I could teach my children is to be accepting of everybody, that regardless of race or religion, disability or inability, that everybody deserves to be loved, that everybody is an equal, regardless of basically if they've misfortune.
Thank you very much. A fortunate child for Miss Australia. Something I'm sure she learned here in the pageant even more. Finalist number 4, Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado. See, the judges are very good with the questions, huh? Very easy. Attorney James Kaplan.
Buenas noches, Señorita Costa Rica. My question is, when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see?
Well, I see a young woman that has achieved a lot in her life for her 22 years. I feel really proud to be here at this moment, to have my career, to have my family, to have love, and to have a lot of the values that my family had teach me, to have respect for my family, respect for other people, and respect for myself. And at this point, I'm really happy of not having regrets at this time of any of my actions at this moment. Thank you.
That's a nice thing to look at in the mirror. I hope all of us could look like that in the mirror. Thank you very much, Miss Costa Rica, and our fifth finalist, Miss Fiji, Brianair. Excellent answers, huh? Excellent answers from our candidates this evening. Yes, you may choose your judge. Anamita Larson, Miss Europe.
Hello, Miss Fiji. What is the wrong impression foreigners have about your country, and how would you change that?
Okay, if there is any wrong impression that people have of your country, what is that and how can you change that impression? Is that clear? Okay.
Well, when 12 years ago our country had a coup where the Fijians had overthrown the Indians, and I am half Indian, half Fijian, so it was quite hard for me. And I think a lot of people think that because of the coup that the country was in poverty, was bad. And so what I want to say is the country is getting itself back together, and hopefully I would like to bring them back to unity as a role model. As I'm representing Fiji, this is the first time Fiji has represented the country, and this is the first time it's a Commonwealth, so thank you.
And Miss Fiji has been a very good representation, right, of her country tonight. Thank you very much, Miss Fiji, for that response. That is the first five, or that is our five finalists. We've completed it, right? Another round of applause, please, for their responses. We're almost at the conclusion of tonight's competition. We leave the fate of our five finalists solely with our judges now. And in a few minutes, we should have our new queen, the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific.
'89.9 Magic.
To any aspiring candidate, being crowned Miss Asia Pacific means fame, fortune, and honor beyond anyone's dream. One can likewise look forward to a windfall of good fortune such as these.
Take a peek at what awaits the lucky lady who will be proclaimed as the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific. Her regal beauty will be pampered with a year's supply of Lux Super Rich Shampoo, Cream Silk, New Close-Up Crystal, and Pond's, quality products from Unilever Philippines. A royal welcome awaits her at the Sulu Hotel, where she will stay in a deluxe suite for 1 week. Valuable products from Avon Fashions and Avon Colors will highlight her winning looks and form. Fashion jewels and accessories from Marcella will make her a standout on every occasion. Her beauty will be immortalized in a portrait sketch embossed in bronze by Filipino artist Jose Peping Moreno. Lois Lane leather shoes will provide her with quality and fashionable footwear to match her needs anytime, anywhere. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, and the next Asia Pacific Queen will receive an elegant set of diamond jewelry set from VY Domingo Diamond and Gems Inc., makers of the finest jewels for the past 45 years. She'll fly down to the exotic city of Davao, where she can bask under the tropical sun at the lush island Buena Vista for 2 days. An array of dazzling jewels from Laurenti will add sparkle to her inherent beauty. Ocampos Gemologists and Jewelers, Inc. created a magnificent crown and scepter as the symbol of her reign. And to cap all these exciting prizes, she will receive $10,000 US from Carousel Productions, Inc. Congratulations to the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific. Here's a grand salute to your beauty and charm. And may your stars shine the brightest in this part of the world.
We will now be presenting our finalists one by one for a final look. But before that, one look from me to my wife, Miss Maricel Laksa Pangilinan. Should be a queen herself, but I beat the pageant and made her queen of my home instead. You must remind yourself you're married in pageants like this. As each finalist steps forward, you, the audience, and the judges will be considering their overall impression of each candidate throughout the pageant. Each of the judges will then submit his or her final vote that will determine the final ranking of our contestants. Let's begin with Miss Panama, Lourdes Lewis. Miss Tahiti, Metua Kemoana. Keep those hands clapping for Miss Australia, Clara Lissy. Miss Costa Rica, Kisha Alvarado. And the very good representation of Fiji, Priya Nair. Thank you, ladies, and thank you to the audience. This ends tonight's competition. In a few moments, one of these lovely ladies will have the singular experience of being the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Why do stars fall down from the sky every time you walk by? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
She hails from a kingdom that's as magical as they come. Her regal demeanor comes naturally. To be queen someday was obviously her destiny, and exactly a year ago today, she fulfilled that promise. The tiara fit her perfectly, but her most praiseworthy feature is that for all her queenly attributes, she still manages to remain admirably human.
Amiable, unaffected, without the air of the highborn. Her legion of admirers and friends in her homeland of Thailand, as well as here in the Philippines, continues to grow. She is with us again tonight, more radiant than ever and definitely richer in spirit above all else. That's Varalat Sumawalat. And true to form, she'd remind you to call her simply Emma.
And the 1997 Miss Asia Pacific is Miss Thailand.
Congratulations!
Waralat Suwanarat.
One whole year has passed by so quickly since that magical night when I was crowned as the 1997 Miss Asia Pacific. Representing my beloved kingdom of Thailand and all the Thai people the world over was the proudest moment of my life, a feeling of which could only be surpassed by my undreamed of victory. Wearing the crown was a true privilege that words alone cannot describe. I thank the Lords above for all that I have, my incredible family for all their encouragement and support, most especially my parents, whose unconditional love and endurance have made me who I am today. I thank all of those in Thailand for allowing me the honor of representing my amazing kingdom. And to all the Filipino people, I am eternally grateful for your true warmth and hospitality. To the beautiful city of Davao, thank you for all the unforgettable memories. Without end, I thank all the sponsors and the teams of Miss Asia Pacific Quest Incorporated and Carousel Productions for bringing this noble quest for peace and prosperity to all our nations. And finally, to the judging panel that believed in me enough to give me this great honor, I thank you with all my heart and will endeavor to carry on my role as an ambassador of goodwill. To all the individual candidates tonight, I congratulate you all. By embodying the ideals of a woman and crossing all the barriers, you have strengthened the hope for global friendship and have proven yourselves to be true queens. As I crown my successor, I wish you all the happiness and fulfillment in the world. Many great tasks now await you, so always be noble of spirit, but humble at heart, for the true essence of beauty lies deep within your soul, and in that which you can do for others. To have made a difference in the life of another is to have truly lived and succeeded. ขอให้ทุกคนโชคดีและมีความสุข Mahal ko kayong lahat. สวัสดีค่ะ
Ladies and gentlemen, the 1997 Miss Asia Pacific, Emma. Thank you, Emma.
Emma, kindly join us here.
Thank you for the inspiration and the friendship. Now I would like to welcome back, with the loudest of your applause, the 5 finalists of the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific Beauty Pageant. The votes have been tallied and the results are in. Michelle, we have our winners. Ms. Alita Montes, once again from SGV for our envelopes. Michelle?
Yes, congratulations, ladies. They're positioning themselves. Before I proceed, I would like to ask you girls, I know you've been through a whole lot of hard work, so please give yourself a very warm round of applause.
Give yourselves
I think
a
you
round of
deserve
applause,
that.
huh? Give yourselves a round of applause. We move on now to our first runner-up, or our fourth
We
runner-up.
begin with our fourth runner-up. And the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific fourth runner-up is Ms. Metua Hemoana from Tahiti.
Miss Tahiti.
Presenting the award is 1994 Mutianang Pilipinas Jasmine Reyes and Mr. Ole Ringheim, President and General Manager of MSAS Global Logistics.
Can we give another round of applause for all our other candidates, please, joining us now on stage. Congratulations, Miss Tahiti. Now we have our third runner-up. And the third runner-up of the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific is Miss Australia, Clara Lissy.
Presenting the award is the 1997 Mutiana Pilipinas Cheryl Moraga, and the president of the Junior Chamber of the Philippines and presidential son, Mr. Joseph Victor Ejercito.
Congratulations, Miss Australia. That's our third runner-up. I'm sorry. Let's proceed for our second runner-up, and she happens to be Miss Fiji Prianer.
Our very good representation of Fiji.
Yes.
And presenting the award is the 1998 Mutiana Pilipinas first runner-up Heidi Punsalan, and the Presidential Economic Advisor and Chairman of the Presidential Committee on Flagship Programs and Projects, Mr. Robert Aventajado.
I think somebody in the audience is very, very happy.
That's Jared, the boyfriend.
Jared, the fiancé of Miss Fiji.
Yes, congratulations. Just two more names remaining. I will first announce our first runner-up, which means the remaining candidate will automatically be our 1998 Miss Asia Pacific.
Good luck, ladies. Let me remind you that the role of the first runner-up is extremely important, because if for some reason our winner could not fulfill her responsibilities or continue being Miss Asia Pacific, our first runner-up will have to take over her place.
Are you ready? And so are they. Our first runner-up for the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific is Miss Panama Lourdes Lewis, and the 1998 Miss Asia Pacific
is Miss Costa Rica, Keisha Alvarado.
And presenting the award for first runner-up are the 1996 Mutiana Pilipinas and first runner-up of Miss Asia Pacific, Marilyn Maristela, and the Secretary of the Department of Transportation and Communication, the Honorable Vicente Rivera Jr. Presenting the award for the winner is 1997 Miss Asia Pacific, Emma Suanalat, and the Sales Director of Unilever Philippines, Mr. Gregory Worthington Iyer.
We would like to ask Miss Costa Rica now to give us her victory walk as our new Queen of the Asia Pacific.
Magical evening ends happily ever after for Miss Costa Rica, our 1998 Miss Asia Pacific. Congratulations and the best of luck always to Miss Keisha Alvarado.
We'd like, of course, to thank all our candidates, sponsors, judges, guests, and special friends. Our heartfelt thanks to the most wonderful people of Expo Filipino and Clark Special Economic Zone for a most memorable time.
And congratulations to our new Miss Asia Pacific, likewise to the officers and staff of MAPKI and Carousel Productions. A more exciting pageant is in the offing as we roll into the next millennium and the next Miss Asia Pacific pageant. Till then, good night and Godspeed.
Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Good night.
Bond Skin Whitening Vitamin Cream for noticeably rosy white skin. Lux Super Rich Shampoo.
You can cook tasty meals without using oil. It reduces cholesterol. Very elegant.